speakers at this level, especially to come and speak to the youth, right? And inshallah, we have him here today with d.Amjed from the Amman University? Jordan University. And he is here, special for you in the high school, to deliver, inshallah, a very important message, and inshallah that you're going to take something from this. We always have our halaqah with the imam, and sometimes with Mr. Ibrahim Long and your Islamic teachers. This is going to be one notch, if not more, higher than that. So really take advantage, be attentive, and may Allah make this this session rewarding for you guys, and hopefully we learn from it. So Dr. This is our high school.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help me to be of some help. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to descend His mercy upon every single person of us. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to Him, and peace and blessings be upon His beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I do bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is His messenger. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us that man la yashkuru nasa la yashkuru Allah. The one who does not say thanks for the people, practically he is not thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah accept from every single person who invited us. To make it short, no problem. Okay, inshallah, we'll do it, inshallah. I'm heating up, mashallah, like the diesel engine. Okay. But don't worry about this. Respected sisters and brothers. Now, the title that I was asked to talk about is how to plan for your future, how to exemplify being a Muslim. Now, there is like a saying in Arabic, like كل شيخ له طريقة, which means every person has his own way how to deliver his message. I have my own way. I depend heavily on stories because I want to fix meanings, and I bring the story and I let the story be embodied with the message so that you will not be able to forget. Okay? Now, I need just an introduction, like a logical introduction, very simple introduction. Then I will give 3 or 4 stories. Then I will sum up and will show you the connecting the thread between them. Now, academically speaking, let's come and analyze the word how to plan for the future. Now, the word future, basically, we do not pay attention that the future for an unbeliever has nothing to do with the concept of future for a believer. Are you with me? Now, an unbeliever in general who does not believe in the unseen, including the hereafter, including the day of judgment, future for him ends by death. That's it. So, the span of planning for an unbeliever basically is what? 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60 days, and that's it. Khalas, this is future. Because he does not believe in anything beyond that. Am I exaggerating, or this is true? Is this true or not? If someone who does not accept the concept of metaphysics, okay, or the concept of the hereafter, or life after death, what is the ultimate of future for him? Death, and that's it. Now, as believers, alhamdulillah, believers in Islam, believers in Allah, for us, basically, I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not just metaphorically speaking, when I say that death is the beginning for us. Death is beginning. So let's come to very important common ground that should be laid down between you and me. This common ground, a believer, a Muslim believer basically, believes in the following. And if someone who does not accept what I will be highlighting now, please raise up your hand to know what is the percentage of those who do not agree with me, so that not to build the concept with the majority might not be agreeing with me, okay? Now, a simple Muslim believer believes that we are created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we will be living for a limited time here, which could be 20, 30, 40, 50. Prophet Muhammad says, the average of the ages of my ummah basically between 60 and 70s. And in reality, we see that most of the people, they leave this dunya before this age. Right. then we believe that when our souls are taken out of our bodies, basically we go to what we call the second house, or الدار الثانية, عالم البرزخ, the world of the barzakh. Barzakh in Arabic means the barrier, literally, between two things. The world of barzakh, now as Islamic terminology, means the world between the worldly life and the hereafter, which is where souls are kept. Allahu A'lam, it has its special rules. Now, the real life starts with the day of judgment, the day of resurrection and congregation and the accountability. Then after that, we believe in the eternity, either or. صح? Either or. What do I mean by either or? إما جنة وإما نار. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let every single person of you from the people of the Jannah, and to be a reason for everyone around you to be from the people of the Jannah. But depending on this, are we on the same track believing in this or not? You who are listening to me now, do you believe like what I believe, that this is our case or not? If you believe in the hereafter, let's talk about the future now. You got my point? So future should not be, because let's talk about the Arabic traditions now, as someone who came from an Arabic mentality. When we speak about the future, most of us, with good intention, with very nice attitude, future means what kind of money you will be collecting. Future means what kind of apartment or house you will be having, when you will get married, what kind of car, where do you work, what is your apartment. This is the future. Now, when you come and say, excuse me, future, yes, this is what I mean, but does it fit with what you believe? Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying not to think about this for the life. I'm saying the talk is how to plan. Plan means, now when they say, excuse me, let's say I'm a sales manager, okay? Marketing manager. And they told me, okay, we want you to put a plan to market X item in Canada. Or I was told that, let's put a plan to market X item. Okay, where? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. To market this where? What is the span of place? What is the geographical place that I'm supposed to be maneuvering in? What is it? Regardless. There's no plan. Because if I'm asked to work within Toronto, it's not like if I'm asked to work within Canada or North America or planet Earth. Completely different. Sources, plans, times, long-term, process, completely different. Therefore, my first point, respected sisters and brothers, if you are a believer, and I hope everyone, because I know some of you might be having some kind of doubts, or might be, or has already been affected by some kind of atheist ideas. Sheikh, yes, I know. You know, at your ages, you listen to YouTubers, you listen to something, does Allah exist? Yes, no. Why Allah allowed evil to exist, for example? I don't know, there's some question. If you are not from this, by the way, we have answer for this, but this is not my talk. If we agree, let's start. Future for me means eternal life, and future for me basically starts with the most crucial, difficult, critical, happy or non-happy moment in my life. It's when you and me, we stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment. Okay, I'm speaking, I said as a believer, when you stand, you know, we have two possible status. ها أمقرأ كتابية إني ظننت أني ملاق حسابية. Now, a category of the people will be standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will be from the people who will receive their books in their hands, which means they are
believers.
Those who succeeded. Okay? His reaction will be ها أمقرأ كتابية. In Arabic, if I want to make this word simple, it's like when we graduate from our high schools or university, when we take our hats, you know, when we jump and say, this is ha'um in Arabic. This is, which means, let everyone on earth know that I have done it. I'm very happy. Please know, hey people, okay, I thought that I will be facing a very difficult situation. But here comes the real future. You have to plan your work depending on this real future. And by the way, the most and powerful ultimate reality on earth and the people is not the existence of God, it's death. So for us, our plan should be targeting, should be under the umbrella of the reality of death and what happens after death. This is how we plan for our future. This is my first message, okay? Which is the introduction of, let's say, logical way of thinking. Now, I will give you, by the way, by this, logically, I can stop my talk. Khalas, my talk is end. Okay, this is how you plan. Go wide and do your best with the simple Islamic knowledge, alhamdulillah, that you already have it from your parents or from your nice school, and we can finish. Now I want to fix these meanings by examples, okay? To leave them in your minds. First example, in your plan. My way, I want to remove obstacles from your face when you face a problem. Okay, I believe in what you believe, Sheikh. Alhamdulillah, but you know we are living in the West. You know it's very difficult. Sisters, may Allah be with you. By the way, the brave attitude that you are holding by wearing the hijab, it's 10 or 20 or 100 times more powerful and better than us, we men. Because your identity is exposed 24/7 and you are exposed to all kind of bad reaction. Why we don't have it? I personally, when I walk, none of the people, unless if I express myself that I'm a Muslim with my appearance, for example, or I prayed in front of them, they will not know. But you, no. So is it difficult? Yes, طبعا difficult. It's طبعا difficult. It is difficult. It could be an obstacle, طبعا. Yes. Okay, therefore, let's leave religion. لا. Hello, wait. Let's fix this with this example. Have you heard about Yusuf Estes? Yusuf Estes, the great da'iyah in America. Yusuf Estes, just let me take something very quick from his story. This will be the first benchmark in my work, okay? Sheikh Yusuf Estes, I think he's 80 now, 78, 7 something. He became a Muslim, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 20 years ago, more or less. Now look, Yusuf Estes is a great revert, okay? Not convert, revert. You know the difference? Not convert, revert, okay? The convert is the one who decided to change from two. The revert is the one who decided to go back to his genuine original status, okay? So we say a revert to Islam, which means he came back to his what?
Origin.
Yes, his origin. So a Muslim revert, Yusuf Estes, he says about his reversion or his conversion, which is more famous. He says, I was trying to convert or to push an Egyptian guy to Christianity. Well, he was doing like a missionary work, okay? He was pushing this Egyptian brother. May Allah descend his mercy. By the way, the brother that I'm talking about, he passed away 1 month ago. That I'm talking about now. Just 1 month, 2 months ago, he passed away. It's simple Egyptian immigrants. His language is so humble and so simple. So brother Yusuf Estes, I think in Texas, having like a place where he works, wherever he meets this guy, there's some kind of business between them. Whenever he comes, okay, this is my target. You know, blah, 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 you have, you, and etc. Now the Egyptian person, rahimahullah, you know, he was not able to respond. He was not able to argue. He was not able to do anything. At a certain point, he was fed up. Because he said, look, now please, now quote unquote, he said, he wanted to get rid of him. He said, please, prove to me that your religion is better than my religion and I follow your religion. What was his word? Prove to me that your religion is better, okay? Now, Yusuf Estes, he's talking about himself. He says, I felt very happy. As if we say, okay, I caught you. Alas, you are finished. Okay, yalla, counts. Number, you pray 5 times. You don't pray 5 times. You have to fast 30 days. You have to stop, blah, 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 blah. You must do, you must do, you must not do. We don't have. You must, we don't have. In a very simple, maybe superficial, humble attitude, he replied by saying, please put a highlight with a red line now. He said, excuse me, sir, I asked you to prove to me that your religion is better, not easier. Who said easier is better? Who said easier is better? Easier in many cases is not better. actually, easier in many cases leads to disasters. What is more easier, to study or not to study?
Not to study.
Not to study. What is better?
To study.
Okay, what is easier, to have a healthy food or non-healthy food? Easier.
Non-healthy.
Non-healthy food. What is more cheap, which means easier, to have a well-cooked food or anything to eat? Easier, but not
Better.
better. Which is easier, not to take a shower, not to take care of the health of your body, not to take of the, how clean my body is. Which is easier? طبعا, if I do not go to the bathroom, I do not wash my hands, it's easier. But
Not better.
my smell, my appearance, my reputation, it's destroyed. No one will come next to. Okay, it's easier. I know it's easier. Which is better? So the first question, while you are planning the first message, when you plan for the future, please don't let the concept of easy and difficult comes to your mind. Please. Difficult. Ya ammi, please close the file. You have built your life that if you want the glory, you always go to the most difficult. Why do you study? By the way, going and having the Fortnite PlayStation is much more beautiful, much more easier than study for your final exam. True or false?
True.
But if you want the certificate, the reputation, the money, maybe you will not sleep for days and nights. True or false?
True.
So now, how to plan first message. Delete from your vocabulary the concept of, because it's difficult or an obstacle, I can't deal with it. This should be deleted. Please now, all of you, go to the folder, right-click, please. Right-click, highlight, delete. Do you want to delete? Yes? Please press yes. Okay? Are you sure? Yes. Go to the rubbish bin now, the recycling bin now. Double-click. Right-click. Please, okay, do it now. Okay? Highlight. Are you sure? Yes. Press yes. Delete it. خلاص? Second story. Okay? Second story. Now, how many of you have heard about ربعي بن عامر? ربعي بن عامر. Who knows ربعي بن عامر? No one. طيب, let me tell you about this great Sahabi. ربعي, have you heard about the Battle of Qadisiyah? The Battle of Qadisiyah. Anyone knows what is it? Where is it? You know, at the beginning of Islam, when they wanted to spread Islam, the Al-Qadisiyah battle, it was the first big, huge conflict between Persian Empire and new Muslims. Okay? Now, the Battle of Qadisiyah, according to the best of my readings, Muslims, they were around 30,000 up to 36,000 against the most mightiest, powerful, army on earth, i.e. Persian armies, not army, armies, okay? They have huge, 260,000. In terms of the manpower, 36 compared with 260. So each one will be fighting how many? Around 7. Now, with the physical manpower, can a person fight 7? Now, in the mathematical calculations, basically they are finished, okay? Before they start the war, before they start the battle, now Persians, they were one of the biggest, mightiest powers on earth. Rooted in the history, very powerful, very arrogant, all this. And Arabs, idols, worshippers, all the time fighting. They have no roots, no culture. Now those Persians, they have no idea about the new system, the new software, i.e. Islam. They have no idea about the new software. Still, they are dealing with the hardware to the best of their knowledge that still they are holding the same corrupted software, which is the Jahiliyyah, the ignorance. So they came to them, okay, those Arabs, what do they need from us? Now, they had some kind of negotiations. Rustum, please memorize these names. Rustum, he was the leader of Persian armies. He asked representatives from the Muslims. The Muslim leader sent to them Rib'i bin Amr. Now before Islam, no one knows who's Rib'i bin Amr. No one had any idea how could it be his life. خلاص, a person, just a person in the desert. رضي الله عنه. Look to this simple, humble person who used to live with inferiority complex, fearing from Persians and Romans, have nothing to be proud of, nothing at all. He's coming now to face the most powerful, physical, armed, militant group on earth. Our talk is what? How to plan to my future. What's the relation? Wait now to see what is the relation. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَقْصُصِ الْقَصَصَ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. Tell them the stories, narrate the stories so that they might reflect upon. Rustum with Rib'i now, facing. When Rib'i bin Amr came and he was facing Rustum, before he was on his horse, holding his spear. When he was approaching the huge tent of the Persians, he was using the spear to make holes inside the carpets, okay, when he's walking. It was a message. This materialistic aspects that you are trying to make fear for us, I don't care with them, okay? They mean nothing for me. Okay, now the translator between them, look, this is my point. Rib'i bin Amr and Rustum. Rustum asked them to give him a chair. He was sitting on a stage, like when they say the throne of the king. It's say about, let's say, like 1 meter, for example, above. And Rib'i bin Amr, he did not go to any school. He has nothing to do with psychology. He knows nothing about negotiations. Very simple. But he has a new software, which is
Islam.
Okay? A new divinely made, genuine software, i.e. Islam. He came to him. They asked him to sit down on the chair, looking at Rustum like this way. He refused. He said, I will sit next to him. Okay? And by the way, if you know something about the science of negotiations, depending on psychology, this is very important. You want to negotiate, this is how you should sit, not like this. This is a big mistake. Okay? This is a big mistake, and this is a big mistake. This is like what? That's why the guys, when they want to fight, if someone is about, to say something bad and you're sitting, you stand and say, hey, what do you think? Okay? You don't sit like this and say, hey, what do you think? No, you stand up, eye to eye, okay? Shoulder to shoulder, and he's ready. This is negotiations, okay? Okay. Now, please record now. Fix in your mind. He said, مَا الَّذِي أَتَى بِكُمْ? What has pushed you to come to us? Rustum thought that maybe they ask for some food, money. We can just let them go back without losing some of our soldiers, because we are sure that we will delete them from the surface of earth. This is what he thought. It has nothing to do. Look what Rib'i said. Now this is my point. Please highlight now, okay? Rib'i said, نحن قوم. I will say it twice in Arabic. Then I will translate it once in English. Okay? How many of you understand Arabic, by the way? About 30%. Okay, good. Okay. He says, نحن قوم أعزنا نحن قوم ابتعثنا الله لنخرج العباد من عبادة العباد إلى عبادة رب العباد ومن جور الأديان إلى عدل الإسلام ومن ضيق الدنيا إلى سعة الدنيا والآخرة. We are a people whom we were sent by their Lord to save the people. تعثنا الله لنخرج العباد من عبادة العباد. To take the people out from the status of worshipping each other, okay, to worship just their Creator. قال ومن جور الأديان, from the injustice that many people on earth they were facing because of their religions. قال ومن ضيق الدنيا إلى سعة الدنيا والآخرة, from the narrowness of this dunya, this worldly life, into the wide, amazing life of the hereafter. Look, that's it. This is his answer. This is my message. Now the story is finished. What is the moral? Moral means what's the wisdom behind the story. If you know who you are, why you are here, who sent you, who created you, what will happen to you when you pass away, what will happen in the hereafter, your ability to have a clear identity and to plan your life and to be very powerful in defending what you believe in will be a piece of cake. Piece of cake, because my identity is clear. This is what I know, this is what I believe, this is what I want, so therefore, simply full confidence, no hesitation. This is one of the stories. Now, how many minutes do I have time?
You're good.
No, I have a problem with this, you know. Yes, me, I will stay. I mean, will I have to stop? 20, 25 minutes. Okay, can I have some water?
Yes, of course.
دكتور
Okay.
دكتور اذا تقدم شوي لانه اللي هون مش شايفينك.
مش شايف.
واذا قرب علي عشان الصوت، في شكوى شديده للصوت.
الله يجزيك الخير. Okay. Now the second story. Second story. What? Okay. Now before I start the second story, can I ask just one sister and one brother, what is the big lesson that you have received so far? Just in one simple statement from my talk. Just simple statement. What a lesson that you have received so far? One sister, one brother. Is it possible? Is it possible if someone is focusing with me? Sisters, بسرعة. Who would like to say what is the lesson that you have received so far?
Doctor, right here, Zainab.
Where is?
Zainab,
Where
right
is?
there, right here. Right
No, don't push anyone,
there.
please.
She's my niece. I can.
Sorry,
One thing that we learned is that if we're steadfast in our identity, it will be a difficulty for us to.
If you steadfast, okay? No difficulty. Thank you. Brothers, thank you very much. Anyone you want to say? Okay, further.
Knowing where you came from and where you're going to go helps you better understand yourself.
Mm-hmm. Run. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah feek. Brothers, two sisters. Brothers, just one. Just to maintain our dignity. One brother.
For God's sake.
For God's sake. Just one brother. Okay, no problem. Just, by the way, you know, I asked a question just, okay, brother, please, brother. Can you speak loudly? Yes, please. If you can stand up and speak loudly, just let them hear you.
From what I've understood, the lesson that you're trying to teach us is that we shouldn't only be prepared for what happens in this part of our lives. We have to be prepared for the day of judgment. We have to prepare for how we're going to deal with just about. We have to plan out how we act during this life so we can get the best of the hereafter.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Very good one. Good one.
ستر علينا الله يستر علينا. Yes, sister. Yeah.
And I would like also to learn, as you learned already, that the easy way is not always the right way. Okay? Sometimes it's not the right way.
This is very important. Easy way is not the right necessarily. Please. Right. Let's continue. Let's continue. By the way, the main reason why I asked a question, basically, I wanted just to give you a break for your minds. Okay? Just to be released, to make the upload and to be saved with a folder in your hard disk. Okay? So next folder now. Next file. Second message. Look now. It's an Arabic, like a symbolic maybe story. It's not necessarily a real, but it contains an amazing message. 3 workers in a construction site where all of them, hundreds of workers, they're working in a high-rising building. Huge. ناطحة سحاب. Okay? So their job basically was just to break stones. You know, in the Arab world, we have still, the way of building, maybe it does not exist here. We have a very tough, hard piece of stones that some specific, they are called نقاش الحجارة or كسير الحجارة, which means they sit in the site and they receive this piece of stones. I keep digging and then making some kind of crafts inside them. Okay? So his job basically just to, what? Just to keep, okay, making stones in a specific shape. كسير حجارة. That's it. This is his job. Very simple, direct to the point, sitting in the site, using millions of these bricks to have the high-rising building. Now, someone who's in charge of this building site, high-rising place, came to the 3 workers. Let's imagine, number 1, A, B, C. All of them is just doing his job in a simple way. Now, the person in charge came to the first one. Hi. What do you do? In Arabic he says, أقوم بتكسير الحجارة كما أمرني سيدي. I'm just breaking the stones as I was commanded by my master, which was fulfilling my duty as I was asked by the one who's in charge of me. Okay, same job with the same person. He came to number B. What do you do? He said, actually, I'm portraying a very beautiful, nice picture. Same job, same place, different answer. He came to the third one. He said, what do you do? He said, man, can't you see I'm building a high-rising building? I am building a high-rising building. قال أما الأول فرأى نفسه عبدا. The first one looked at himself as a slave. He's just receiving commandments and fulfilling them. The second one looked at himself as an artist. So I'm enjoying my work. I'm just, oh, wow, nice. When they say, who did this beautiful thing? It's me, which is better than the first. The third one, رأى نفسه صاحب المشروع. He was looking at himself as the owner of the whole project. You know? The way how he looked to himself between the first one and the third one. الأول رأى نفسه عبدا. الثاني رأى نفسه فنانا. الثاني رأى نفسه فنانا, artist. The third one, he was the one who owns the whole project. Therefore, what's the message? Now, all of us, we might be in the same status, working with the same solid. From physical, mathematical, human angle, okay, same. No, wait a second. Excuse me, Mr. One, what do you hear? I will just find myself in this worldly life. I'm trying to eat and to enjoy myself and to drink, and that's it. Okay, Mr. B, what do you hear? Wallahi, I think this life is good. And there is a creator, or there is a possibility for a creator. And I'm trying to connect, but I'm not able to do it. Doing my best to fight everything around me just to have, I might be able to have a better life. Number 3, how do you look at yourself? What? I am the representative of the creator of Allah in this. I am the reason for spreading peace in this earth. I am the one who was honored by the creator to receive the beautiful message, the treasure, i.e. Islam, and I am honored by this God to lead the people. I am the marketing person. I am the salesperson for the divinely produced system, i.e. Islam, for humanity. Wow, all of them, they are living in the same place, having the same food, in the same time, in the same geographical place, but look, this person, he's just, okay, I'm just eating, I don't know what I will pass away, I don't know what happened with me. The third one, he looks at himself as the representative of the mightiest power on earth. So look, choose yourself which one you would like to be. It's your decision. This is the second message. So it's not a problem, by the way, to plan, but you have to know who you are before you plan. Then, after knowing, you can decide. Now, I finish this story, or this one, with this. All of you are, school students. صح? Now, do you compete with each other to have better grades or not? Now, let's say, at least in our system in Jordan, 50 is passed, 49 is not passed. So, from 50 up to 100, all of them, they have the same title, passed. But is it true that 51 is like 99? They have the same title, Najih, passed. 51 is not like 66, it's not like 72, it's not like 89, it's not like 92, it's not like 99. So the 51, okay, in theory he is passed, but he feels shy even to tell his grandson 60 years ago that he even did a high school stage. Because, okay, my grandpa, how did you achieve when you finished your high school? 51? 251. He will change the topic, no discussion. He will speak about Mansaf immediately. طبعا, because, okay, 51? What have you been doing? 51. Playing all the time? Night work all the time in school? What is it? Okay, but I'm passed. What kind of passing is this? 51? If I'm looking at myself, I will tell myself, shame on you. 51? 99. So what's your decision? Okay? You have the right, you are maneuvering, you are, let's say, moving in the same area, same conditions, but it's your decision to decide. Are you just a slave who's just doing what this materialistic pushing life is asking you, or you want to be to something much more higher? It's your decision. My final story with the last 13, 14 minutes, and I will finish my talk with it. Now, the following story is one of my favorites. But by the way, to understand the message behind the story, you must focus very well, because the message will be in the final word, not statement. The final word of the story, you will understand the story. Otherwise, you will understand nothing. Okay? The story is widely spread. I received it via email about 15 years ago. Maybe some of you know it, but no harm to repeat. University professor in philosophy came to the class. Full, the theater was full of students. So this philosophy professor, he made like a surprise for his students. Out of nowhere, he just took from under the table, say like that, for example, like this counter. He put like a big mayonnaise jar, empty mayonnaise jar. So they are looking at him, like, what's this? No speaking. He pulled out from the drawer like a big plastic bag, contains golf balls. He powered, the golf balls. They were, filling the full mayonnaise jar. It was full of golf balls. He asked the question, is it full? They said, yes, it's full. Then he pulled another plastic bag, contains pebbles. You know the pebbles, the small stones? Okay? So he, threw the pebbles, and eventually they filled the spaces between the golf balls. He asked the silly question now, is it full? They said, yes. Then he pulled the third plastic bag, contains sand. He showered the sand. The sand filled the spaces between the golf balls and the pebbles. Okay, is it full? They said yes. Ya Ammi, every time we said full, but yet I'm still able to put something again. No one knows what is the message so far. Then he brought 2 cups of coffee and put like this, the liquid. The liquid filled the gaps between sand, pebbles, and
stones.
Okay, is it full? Ya Ammi, full? Wallah, full. Please, what are you trying to tell us? Look to the message now. He said, look, this jar represents your life. Golf balls represents the very important matters in your life, such as, according to America, it seems he's a Christian American, he said, represents your most important thing in your life, such as God, health, family. Now, the pebbles, they represent things that matter. Not very important, but they do matter, okay? Such as your work, your apartment, okay? Your friends, etc. Now, what about the sand? Here comes the problem. He said the sand represents all kind of everything else from the silly stuff in your life. Anything, okay? God, family, health, work, my house, something, everything else, such as my hairdo. If I lost my health, I can't do many things. But if my hairdo is not so beautiful, can't I work? It's very marginal. If I don't play in the PlayStation, am I gonna lose my soul? Wallahi, yes. Some people are. For example, okay? For example, if I don't, whatever, silly things or marginal things or not very important things. Here comes now the amazing shock for them. He said, if you filled your jar with sand, you can't add anything else. Got the point? If it's filled with sand, no space for golf balls or pebbles. Full. Khalas. No way. So, if God is completely deleted from my calculations, if my family is completely deleted, because I don't have the identity, I don't have the priorities, I don't care with these things, so it's sad. So all the time. The first 4 hours in my life, when I wake up, just... Okay. Next 4 hours, social media, jokes, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever, Instagram, hi, nice, nice. Okay, 2-3 hours. Okay, when we come to the sisters, let's imagine in theory, okay? The second 2 hours, just the makeup and taking myself, my hair, washing, coming. Okay, I'm not saying haram, okay? Just in general, but I'm talking about the time, okay? Okay, next 2 hours, okay, well, I'm gonna have our food, lunch coming today. What's the best restaurant, the latest, blah, 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 blah. Now, up to now, 12 hours on daily basis. What's next? Let's just go around, just, okay, hi, nice, how are you? Let's see. My mother is out of my calculations, my family, myself, my soul, my heart, my Allah. Allah is not part of my calculations process. Completely, he's out of. This is the Arabic way, okay? I want to give you the tastes, okay? So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is completely out of my consideration. So it's full. So my life, look now what will happen. If the angel of death came to me, and I'm about to leave now. So I'm searching, okay, Man Rabbuk? Huh? Who's your Lord? Okay, I'm passing away now. Who's your Lord? Okay, wait. Let me check the hard disk. Latest Fortnite game. Latest girlfriend. Okay? Latest boyfriend. Latest song. Latest fashion. Latest, there's nothing. Search, nothing! Kullu, desktop, hard disk, A, directory A, B, C, search, quick, kullu. Okay, I'm sorry. You have lost the game. Game is over. That's it. Because your mayonnaise jar is full of sand. So the message, sisters and brothers, please. By the way, I'm not saying sand is haram. Don't misunderstand me. Don't misquote me. Sand is halal, but give the priority for the golf balls. Then give the second priority for the pebbles. Okay? Your faith, your family, your health, your mustaqbal, your future, blah, 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 blah. Then add any kind of sand you would like to add, because you can. Space is there. Enjoy it. Bil halal. Just 1 minute and I will finish. Okay, then I will see your question. Now, one of the, maybe you will ask me, what about the coffee? Okay. Maybe, okay? By the way, that when he finished his talk, and I finished my talk, then someone said, excuse me, what about the cup of coffee? He said, actually, I brought the cup of coffee to tell you, no matter how busy you are, still you can have a time to have a cup of coffee with a friend. Okay? It's just like a joke, you did it, okay? Just a sense of humor as a philosophy professor. But the point, please, and I finish my talk with, be careful. When you want to plan for your future, don't let mayonnaise jar be filled with sand. Take a decision, what should be the golf balls for you. Please, fill your life with them, then enjoy anything else. Thank you very much.
One more second, guys, please. Just a minute, please. We want to formally conclude this by thanking D.أمجد for spending some time with us this morning. MashaAllah, some of the stories and analogies you had were very easy for me to connect with, I'm sure for the students to connect with. I'll never golf the same again, because every time I hit a ball, there's my family, but alhamdulillah, you did such a good job. I want to thank you for coming. A small gift on behalf of our students. Who, by the way, we did a beautiful introduction for you. I would just like to also let you know that this is one of the finest high schools we have in the province of Alberta. So inshallah, we are privileged on both sides. This is a great group of kids. And we thank you for your
Can I ask you something, please? You are the future of the true believers and Muslims. Please, the access that you have to the materialistic aspect of power is amazing compared with our generation. Please take a decision while you plan now that you must represent this beauty that Allah has given you through the media, social media, okay? All kind of access. You have access, others, they don't have it. Let the people use your language to translate, okay? Use your language to speak. Use your language to express the power that you have here. You know, English medium speaking people basically are the most influential on earth, whether we accepted that or not. Now, the fact that Allah has enabled you to be in this country with the amazing, okay, I'm just a visitor now, it's just 2 months for me now, but I knew that Canada, from the people around me, is one of the best, if not the best countries in terms of respecting other faiths and religion, and they do celebrate differences, which means you have the full right to enjoy your identity. Other countries, they don't allow you. The fact that you are enjoying, this is okay. Alhamdulillah, nice, okay. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها. Which means Allah has given you and me a lot of things. Am I paying back what Allah has given me? By letting, at least, bottom line, let the people know the beauty of what we have. Because the media around the world, they are damaging our beautiful image. So you have to correct. You have the power for this. May Allah enable you and see some of you, one of the great, inshallah, YouTubers, one of the great media people, one of the great professors, universities and in the social media, expressing this beauty, inshallah, of Islam. Jazakumullah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, we gotta have a little bit more life in that one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All right, that's still sleeping. We got a great doctor here. I want to hear it again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That's okay. All right, it's all good. I just wanted to thank you guys very much on behalf of Islamic Relief and of course Al-Rashid Mosque and the Edmonton Islamic School, and of course a dear brother and teacher, my teacher, Dr. Amjad, and the foundation, Dodd Foundation. I also wanted to share with you a personal story. Dr. Amjad is my teacher. I graduated from the University of Jordan Sharia program. Dr. Amjad, mashallah, is a household name in Jordan and in the Middle East at large. He has a following, I think, of hundreds of thousands just on his Facebook. He has probably over a million and plus around the Muslim world, especially the Arab-speaking world. And he has a great influence and presence on social media. Dr. Amjad Qourshah, just so you guys have an idea who you're in the presence of, has more or less revolutionized the medium of doing da'wah. Why the doctor's stressing YouTube and using media is because Dr. Amjad has really succeeded where a lot of people didn't succeed. And that is bringing Islam to a medium to actually connect in today's world. No more is it okay or enough that we spread the message in mosques, but rather we have a global reach. This is who we are sitting before Dr. Amjad. So if I may kindly request a huge applause, and really I'd like every one of you guys, if you have a moment, please give him salam, tell him about yourself a little bit, because really we're in the midst of greatness as well. So Jazakallah khairan, Dr. Amjad.
Thank you very much. May Allah give you blessings for you, great teachers, يعني الأخوة والأخوات يعني, and may Allah inshallah give you the barakah with this huge, amazing place. Wallahi, يعني, as they say, I envy you in a good sense, which is غبطة. No translation in English for this, by the way, okay? To the best of my knowledge, okay? For this great opportunity.
حلال حسد.
Okay, حلال حسد. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Thank you. السلام عليكم.
أنا تخرجت من الجامعة الوطنية قبل زمان. الله يبارك فيك يا دكتور، شرف كبير والله.
الله يسعدك.
شرف كبير.
الله يكرمك يا رب. الله يجزيك الخير.
الله يبارك فيك.